Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Mishmashing Battle Lounge. Wait, why am I doing that one? Clearly not. It's probably because I already started fighting, you see. Welcome to a Wednesday night in Birth Lounge with the 2MK team. We were also having some issues with connection before, and we're not entirely sure that everyone's going to be able to play today. I'm also told that my voice is a little bit off, but not just my voice, but also a bad situation with my mic or something, so I may not be talking as much today if it turns out that my mic is actually pretty bad. In fact, the report I'm getting is that I'm getting voice quality distortion, which would make sense given that we have some network issues that we haven't understood or diagnosed yet. It is possible that therefore that there will be no stream today in total, but you never know. Right, throw defense on that. I always forget that because I spend too much time in the other mindset. Oh, I had meter in the end. No. Unfortunate. Today the lounge is open for at least 8 people, I believe. And there is the option to rematch once. It is also winner stays on, but with a limit of consecutive plays of 3 as usual. This is, as always, basically an Atlantic Rim style lobby. So you can join in if you are decent internet and you can manage to get from your house to the Atlantic Ocean without too much hassle. I am, as usual, working on breaking my opponent's defense and counting in my head every time I fail and therefore take damage. My opponents do get quite a lot of practice defending. Because as usual, I absolutely refuse to not keep attacking. But this is absolutely critical for said teammates, as better Seth players will not drop the combos, they will not mess up the flow, and their combos are even longer. The only difference I've found so far is that I have better accuracy than certain sets of people. But we've definitely got some serious issues with the network connection today. Can I say again that this character is extremely unfair? I mean, look at that. What was that? But you gotta get used to it because good Seth players are way worse. Alright, so the last time we were having issues with connection outright, but unfortunately I can't afford to play now, so we'll see if it happens again. You should be expecting to mostly see communication error, but since we haven't been able to figure out whose side the problem is on, oh, we got as far as not having them both kicked out of the room this time. Let's see if this one works. We're absolutely not sure in any form what's causing these problems with certain people connecting to others lately, but there's very little we can do about it other than things like restarting PlayStations and hoping for the best. If this match starts, then no idea. But here we go, and I think I'll probably have slightly less to talk about this time. Arnanase has been doing a lot of training and understanding of moves and spacing, but that still means there's a lot of things she has to understand about max range stuff, and Ori is not really the character against whom you can pick up a lot of those skills without dying. I may even just let these two fight it out again, simply because you have to have time to get used to this, and Omni spacing is generally good enough, particularly on awareness of punishes, that there should be some chances for Rune Siren to get through the what's the word? Jitters of trying to deal with this. hopefully these two will also have a good match. This isn't a terribly difficult match for Aurea, except for the fact that her being in the air can be hard. And of course she can sometimes smack herself into Wallstein as a general problem. But at the same time, if you expect to need to get into the air, all you have to do is put down the Thanatos shield and basically change the situation from there. Blocking him can be a little hard over time, but because he has such large with punishable hurt boxes, and even like straight up punishable hurt boxes for someone with Aurea's range, that's generally not your aim. The thing you care about is almost always, he is far away right now, so I'm putting the shield up. But if he's not entirely far away, if it's at the point where you think this person might actually hit a button, they might try to hit me, then you do have the benefit of being able to usually backdash or step out of the way of that and still relatively easily punish them. Similarly, you don't want to put down the shield just because you've managed to knock them away, but specifically because you think that you want to get in on them and need to get closer but don't have the time to do it without jumping. Right here, for example, is a good spot to do that, because he can't really do anything, but he doesn't actually know whether or not you're doing it because you intend to attack him, or just because you can put it there. Which is a similar way to use a lot of projectiles in this game. Projectiles are a way to make an otherwise normal neutral situation relatively fuzzy, and this is useful when you are far enough apart physically. Well, now I'm just completely lost. But looks like we get another match. Hopefully, unless it does the same thing for us. No, looks like this one's going through. Notice the benefit to my opponent's current defensive spacing. It can be countered, but it cannot be countered without giving Aurea a chance to react to the counter. So the reason I have to keep on attempting certain things is simply because to do otherwise is to basically play the game on her terms entirely. But the game does give Seth tools to deal with that as well, as just shown. Because she doesn't have the same types of or general use of reactions to that same forward C as she does to other things. She can absolutely defend it, but putting yourself into the mindset to defend it means that a lot of other stuff starts to work. The opponent therefore doesn't hit buttons in the same space, and I'm able to get closer without having to worry about as much. That one was actually missed execution as it was supposed to be the rush through. The correct answer in that case was actually to backdash. The stronger your punish combos, obviously, the faster I will die for playing like this. Awareness still, however, does not help a lot, because the unpredictability adds too much difficulty to the actual execution part. This is a common trope among my characters, that the player facing them has to spend so much time in being controlled into doing what I quote-unquote tell them to do, that it's harder for them to get out of that rut to do the correct thing once things are set up in my favor. But at least in order to do this, Seth normally has to risk quite a lot. It can help to be more proactive about things, but understanding what that means can be difficult. For example, one of my stronger options here is to dash throw, simply because my opponent has to spend more time walking backward. Similarly, if I had certain spacings for dash sweep, you would have seen it in the very first match, but not since. I can get more stuff out of that too. Barely the meter required to do that. So, good job. I should have kept blocking. character really should not be allowed. Particularly because this game's combo theory is so fresh, spectacular. All I can tell you is that I did not know how to do that combo before today, any of it, I just made it up. It looked like I could hit, so I did. That happens a lot in games with juggle points of this type. You have a lot of freedom in how your combos can play out if your opponent is in the right position. Alright, let's see who we've got this time since we were still having trouble. Let's see if this one works. No. Alright. See if this one works. Because that would be completely unexplainable if that Prince Iron managed to have one match and then not more of them. And maybe Just Fine should return. A little disappointing to only get one match, particularly since it's exactly the sort of match she needs to practice with, but so it is. Trying to explain Enkidu matchups is beyond the amount of work I intended to do today, so just, you know, watch it.
さあ、試合を。あなたには犠牲になってもらいます。ファーストクローズ、ディバイド。足元です。ここからです。 ディバイドA new sacrifice comes to you.
願わくば我に至難ハックを与えたまえ。
ファーストクローズディバイド
交代発射。やっやはりな。名のやるまだよ。損害警備。
まだまだ
やる
ディバインスラット
損害コースか。次だ次だ発射。交代電光だ。前進
勝敗は決しました。ウィン
我死しても引かじ。
セカンドクローズディバイドまだあれ耐えてみせる。そこですやりますね。まだまだ
あの八番
足元
損害
行きます。
損害
ダンジョンまだまだ
交代電光交代発射。大バカな
あれまだまだ
発射。二人ここか。損ここか。
まだまだここから耐えてみせる。
乗れ
耐えてみせる。耐えてみせる。
発射。
この戦いに意味はあったのでしょうか。
浮きことのなおこの上に積も
定めに従い
れかし。
光の鉄槌を。ファーストクローズディバイド
ジェット
まだまだ
乗れ次だ
遅いです。ここからです。重さ
電光だ
ンドクローズディバイド定めに従い光の鉄槌をファーストクローズディバイド負けられる式損害かまだいけまだいけ傷はまだ式セカンドクローズディバイドランバイアド足元がセンターこの風の流れやる気なのねファーストクローズディバイド
Aha! It looks like whatever it was got fixed. Or not? No, it's still sort of fixed at least. Mika's ranges don't make it as easy for Nanase to practice the thing required, but it does make it easier for Mika to practice going through Nanase's buttons with various options. In order to achieve this normally, you don't want to actually attack her head on, but specifically do what you just saw. There are some dash moves that help quite a lot in the situation, and getting her to want to counterattack when you, Mika, have backdashed or moved backward far enough means you get some whiff punishes that are a little bit difficult executionally, but fairly rewarding when they work. If you find yourself in this matchup fairly far from Nanase and thinking to yourself, okay, I need to defend, your default should generally be to either jump or backdash. Blocking is less likely to help you because she will take the time you leave open to take control of the positioning. This is even true at closer ranges, as you've seen just now. If you are not thinking that you're about to be hit, you might as well just backdash again, because backdashes in this game are invincible and the problem is resolved through this. Pickups? Doesn't look it. This is helped by the fact that Nanase's good chases and charges are all just long enough that they won't necessarily catch most backdashes unless she was making a hard read on the fact that you were going to do it. But if she makes a hard read on the backdash happening, then usually she's open in some other way. So you can usually expect that if you are not clear of your situation, backdashing out of it or jumping straight up, or even using her like BC rocket punch if you're relatively far out of range, are all useful ways to keep that going. It's not that there's necessarily a big downside to blocking, it's that there's no advantage. Mika's a defensive character in certain ways, which means that most of the time blocking isn't a loss for her, but because she basically doesn't even have a Vorpal effect, she's not usually trying to get those things, and can focus almost entirely on, is my positioning right? Similarly, from further away it's easier to just negate some stuff Nanase does. And of course, having a command grab always helps when your opponent is doing moves that bring them close to you, but they believe, oh well, at least this is safe, so I shouldn't get hurt. No, you're never safe.
その力試させてもらう。
やる気なのね。
ファーストクローズディバイド。
時は満
私の力見せてあげるわ。
ファーストクローズディバイド。
まだまだよ。
手がかかるよ。
まだまだよ。まだまだ。しん。
ほい。
後ろ。
通じないよ。
まだまだしん。
甘い甘い。よし。
セカンドクローズディバイド。
全然よ。甘い甘い。味方に
まだまだよ。
そこだ。
しん。
左。
無駄だ。滑る。そこか。これは。まるで遊びだ。
なかなかやるじゃん。
全起動。サードクローズディバイド。
せっ。
逃がさないで一戦。重い。
せっ。まだまだよ。しん。まだまだよ。この手。しき。魂の語り合い楽しかったぞ。
ウィナー全起動。A new sacrifice comes to you.
願わくば我に死なんハックを与えたまえ。
ファーストクローズディバイド。
俺傷をやるか。聞いたことまだまだよ。
そんなものが
無駄だ。やるそこだ。この手。これを
俺に耐えられるか。発射。
ここだ。それ滑る。まだいける。まだまだ。まだまだ。まだまだよ。
ンドクローズディバイド サードクローズディバイド ウィナー遠軌道
覚悟はできたか。
我に至難八苦を与えたまえ。
ファーストクローズディバイド
まだまだよ。来い。
セカンドクローズディバイド ウィナーサードクローズディバイド
Feels like the stream flew by pretty fast, partially because I didn't have as much to say. I have been told that my voice is still crackly in a specific way, sort of, but that at least what I'm trying to say is normally coming through, so while I will continue to at least lessen the amount of talking I do on streams until we know what is up with the mic as a whole, important things will probably still get noted somewhere. That said, we are now in the last on-stream match of the night. If you were for any reason not joining because you didn't want to be on a stream, for whatever reason, now should be the time that you're thinking of joining in. The lounge itself will probably stay open for quite a while longer. It's usually like nearly an hour. And chances are at least some people are leaving, and if not, some people will be rotating to back and passing their turn, so you can expect that you'll be able to get your matches pretty quickly regardless.
ファーストクローズディバイド
We've never specifically had reason to improve our bots for this game. In fact, we've never even made one for Laundrekia. This means that if you go to our website to-mk.org and look for them, you will find them under Unisbots instead of Unclear, as we like to call it, UNCLR. Of course, we will just mirror this eventually when I remember, but for now, understand that it's basically the same thing. The way that the bots have to be input, plus the fact that they generally don't save between inputs, means that they had to be made simple enough that someone could just do this and not worry too much about it. As for general releases of bots, one we are planning to try for this week possibly. We do have some KOF bots to attempt to release probably this weekend, and if we get a Disc Guidance segment, then that will be on Friday. But of course you'll be able to figure out whether or not that's true by checking on our Twitter to_MK_FGC when the time comes for that. The time in question being 7:30 Eastern Time. You can join us tomorrow for our King of Fighters Feeling Thursday content. And if there is a Friday stream, as mentioned, Disc Guidance is most likely. On Saturday we will have 60 times our Dead or Alive. And I think we're still in the movement to get our Sunday stream to just be Absolver, since while it will probably be somewhat available soon, we are still a couple of weeks out, I think, from the release of DNF Duel, which will take that slot in future. Join us on Monday for Street Fighter V, and on Tuesdays for the Tuesday Melt, our Melty Blood type Lumina lounges, which will bring us back around to another Wednesday night in Birth, but this is the end of this one. At least for the stream. Join in if you want to. This has been Rillian for Team 2MK. Good luck with your training and good night, everyone.